Hello and good evening, everyone. Today we'll be discussing about our poster that we need to create and also the workshop. So to start off, we need a leader to lead this discussion. So I would like to volunteer myself. Do anyone, any other opinion?
I agree.
Agree, no objection.
No
Okay.
objection.
We also need a secretary to jot down the minutes for this meeting. So anyone would like to volunteer?
Yeah, I can be the minute taker.
Anyone opposed?
No, agree.
Okay. So now we'll start by knowing our task first. So I'll brief you our task. So the first task that we need to do is we need to create a poster, and the poster is about our workshop. It can be as many pages as you want, according to doctor. And then we have to organize a pretend workshop for our tissue culture. And the workshop has to target youngsters. So be mindful that this discussion will be recorded and also will be uploaded to YouTube. Okay, next. So now we are going to discuss about our poster for workshop. So first thing, we need to decide our topic. Anyone has any suggestion?
I think I can go first. Actually, I have two suggested topics. One is for a little bit advanced for those who have for the youngsters that have the basic knowledge on the plant tissue culture, which is the future of plant tissue culture. So it will include on the topic of germplasm conservation, for example, and then like embryo culture and then genetic transformation. So other than that, if we need to include this, if possible, the future of plant tissue culture, I suggest the speaker for this topic is Dr. Puat, which is also our lecturer. And the reason why I'm nominated Dr. Puat here is because I've do some research and he actually have a research interest in the plant biochemistry, and he has a lot of publications which is related to our topics. So another topic, the second suggestion is plant tissue culture at home, which is another top, or in another word is DIY your own plant tissue culture. So that will be a little bit suitable, more suitable to the youngster and might to have include public, because the youngster and public, they might don't have a basic understanding of plant tissue culture. So maybe in this topic, we can give a rough understanding of plant tissue culture, and then what is the benefits of plant tissue culture, and then maybe we can put ourselves in their shoes, think at their side, what is the benefit that is related to them, and then maybe we can include some simple experiment on plant tissue culture on home basis, and what is the basic requirement to start the plant tissue culture at home, like how we choose a suitable plant and what is the aspects to give attention on. And then this suggested speaker, because we need to get familiar to the youngsters, so we suggest students as us can be the speaker too. So yeah, this is my suggestion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Angeline, for the great suggestion. I really like the DIY one, the second suggestion, because it caters to a lot of youngsters also and the public. So anyone would like to go next?
I would like to go next. Okay, sorry, Sham. For the topic for our workshop or the poster, right? So when we talk about youngsters, I think about two groups of people, which is maybe like school students, like secondary or primary school student, and another one is like a student like us. So when we are promoting plant tissue culture, we need to give this youngster about um, their profession in the future if they pursue their studies on plant tissue culture. So for my first topic is that the benefits of plant tissue culture during this era, which means plant tissue culture helping on our Malaysia's economy or something like that, that might interest the youngsters. And another topics I think is similar to ANGELYN's topic, which is we create a DIY plant tissue culture. I mean, like I think most of us feel like DIY plant tissue culture really helps on catching interest on these youngsters, because they can do it at home, right? So, and yeah, I think yeah, that's all from me. Just some suggestion.
Okay, thank you, Amir. Anyone else would like to go next?
So I think we go next. So I think for the youngster, in my opinion, so we need to have a simpler topic and that makes them understand more better about the plant tissue culture. So maybe we can make a workshop about the importance of the plant tissue culture, or maybe just for and exposed to a technology that involve the plant tissue culture, so that they will more interested in plant tissue culture and know why the plant tissue culture is important in our society, in our world, so that they will be more interested and can pursue to the this course. So that's all my suggestion, because it's the youngsters, more simpler.
Okay, thank you, Farah. Arif, would you like to go next?
Yeah, sure. So my suggestion is what we can do for youngsters. As we can see, there are many variants of rice, like brown rice and the golden rice. So we don't know. Many people actually doesn't know how does the culture, how does this variants exist. So, in my opinion, I think giving expose to them, to the youngsters, how the plant tissue culture exists, and the application, how does the different variants become, such as, for example, exposing to micropropagation or the principle of propagation, micropropagation, and so on, how they produce. Yeah, that's it. But I actually like the idea from ANGELYN, that making plant tissue culture at home. That is a very good idea. And that's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Arif. Okay, so after hearing opinions from you all, we want a workshop that is simple and also expose youngsters how important is it, and expose to them how does it work. So here I have a suggestion that can assimilate all of that important point. So the topic that I suggest is to do indirect somatic embryogenesis. So there will be 3 sessions in this. The first session is we can do surface sterilization of leaf explant. Previously we did in the practical, and this we can expose the youngsters to the hands-on. We can probably give them around 1 hour like that to do surface sterilization, so that they will understand how to sterilize a leaf explant. And then the second session will be aseptic transfer. So these 2 sessions will be led by a speaker, will be led by Dr. BINTI, because Dr. BINTI is an expert in molecular plant pathology, which basically tells about how a plant is infected by a disease. So I think it will be very suitable for her to lead this session. And then the third session will be calogenesis from tobacco leaf and stem explants. So yeah, to produce a callus. And then this one we can let them have the sort of DIY lah. So they will know the process from taking a leaf and then surface sterilize it and then produce a callus. Then the callus will grow into a leaf explant. So basically that's all from me. Oh yeah, the third session will be led by Dr. Puat because Dr. Puat, like ANGELYN said just now, Dr. Puat is an expert in plant biochemistry and also molecular biology. So it will be very suitable for him. Okay, so there's a problem that I realized when I share about this session is it takes a long time to see the result of the experiment. So they might not be able to get the result when they do the experiment on that day. So a solution that I suggest is to provide a result for them at the end of the experiment. So basically we will do it first 2 weeks before, and then when they finish their experiment, then we can show them the result that they should get. And also we can get the contact number of them for those who are interested in knowing whether they have successfully cultured a plant or not. And then we can send them the image of it after 2 weeks like that. So what do you guys think? Is it okay like this? Because it caters to the public also, and it doesn't require so much technique.
I agree with the your suggestion, Dylan. So because I think the overflow of the workshop is also overall of the plant tissue culture topics, and we can expose to them in a more effective way. So I think I agree with you.
Okay.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, sorry. I think it's a good solution, Dylan, because we just do it the experiment first before doing the session, right? But I want to ask a question about when we do the workshop, right? We have 3 sessions. So how do we expect the time for each session to go? Because I afraid that because we are giving information to the youngsters, I afraid that some of them might lose focus, or maybe because it is too long. So maybe these kids cannot maintain too much focus in such a long session. So what do you guys think about? So is it the session is too long, or that's my question.
Yeah, I think good suggestion from AMIR too. So my suggestion for the duration of workshop should be within 1.5 hours, because exceeding the time 1.5 hours will let them lose attention. And then if we include all 3 sessions, it's good if we make every session short and precise. And maybe we should avoid like using complicated jargons. So we may replace it with layman term, because we need to get their attention, like make them understand more, right? So yeah, this is my suggestion.
Arif, would you like to go next, or I share my opinion?
You can go.
Okay. Personally, I think that it can be a longer workshop since we are doing hands-on. So if we only share information to them, it will not be as effective as letting them do it. So perhaps maybe we can, like for the first session, we can probably brief them a bit and then divide them into few groups, and they can learn from the other, maybe from us that done the experiment, so that we can teach them, and also they'll be able to experience the true joy of surface sterilizing an explant. And then for the second session, which is about the aseptic transfer, maybe can do it like a lecture, like a sharing session on it, because or we don't have to do experiment to show how important it is for effective transfer. And then maybe that is for that first and second session will be in the morning, and then we'll let them have a lunch break. So maybe we need a sponsor or somewhere to give them lunch. And then after lunch break will be the third session led by Dr. Puat. And then we'll let them try to produce a callus. And also like in the previous session, us students who has more knowledge on it, we can guide them in groups. So I think it will be more fun and also more enjoyable to be able to let them do it on their own. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think can be working because based on what Dylan suggested, because the topic and every session is like interconnected or interrelated. So like let's say if we make every session short and precise, so maybe we can use what Dylan suggested just now. We make every weekend like we make one session for one weekend, and then we continue with another weekend like that. So every session will be short and precise, but it will be continuous and can be long if combined all together. And then for the sponsor thing, if we confirm that this workshop can be organized physically, then we can maybe find a sponsorship. But if we cannot find any sponsorship or we cannot make it physically, then we can just make it a virtual form also can. Yeah, that's my suggestion.
Yeah, I really like the idea of separating it into a few weeks and so that it will not be too tedious for them and also for us. Okay, anyone has anything to say or any suggestions or opinions? No? Okay. So we roughly decided on the flow, the topics, and now we need to decide on the dates. So any suggestion on the dates?
I suggest it not a very specified date, but maybe we make it in a holiday session. Not a holiday session, how to say, we organize it within the holidays, or we make it in mid semester break or the last semester break, so that they would have more time to consider to join or not. Because in university, I think different people, they have different schedules, so maybe everyone will be a bit busy with every different schedule. So maybe we make it in the holiday or semester break, so it will be more suitable.
I
I
see.
agree.
Yeah, I agree too. Maybe we can do it on semester break where people are more free, and yeah, I really like the idea. Anyone has any other suggested dates? No? Okay, then we'll move on to our next discussion, which will be to decide. We have to create a poster to publicize the workshop. So first of all, to create a poster, we need to use a website that is able that can provide us ways to make a beautiful poster that can attract people. So any suggestion on website that can do posters?
I would suggest Canva, since I usually use the Canva and it's more convenient and more easy because it have also example and also a draft frame like a example lah. So we can follow the so I think that everyone also used to use the Canva, so I think it's a good website for me.
I totally agree, because easy to use, right? And everyone can edit at the same time.
Okay, seems like everyone agree. So we'll move on to the next, which is to delegate our task to. So my suggestion here is between five of us, we create two teams. One is the creative team and another one is the idea team. So the creative team will be the one who are responsible for the aesthetic purpose of the poster, like to make the poster design, to make it beautiful. And then the idea team will be the one providing content, like what should be put into the poster. So I suggest that there will be 2 persons who will be in creative team and 3 persons in the idea team. Any other suggestion from other members on how to delegate the task?
I think Dylan's suggestion is a very good suggestion. But maybe you can like yeah, we can divide into creative team and idea team. But like if there's anyone from the creative team have any idea, can they provide any idea to the idea team? That's my question.
Yeah, sure. Only
Okay,
the
great.
reason, yeah, sure. Because afraid that if we don't let them, we don't separate it, later it will all jumble up the task.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah, I agree also with Dylan and Angeline. And for the creative team, maybe creative team will be the main they edit the poster, but everyone can also give suggestion and also tell if there is a wrong or something missing. So I think it's a good idea.
Yes, I think I agree with this separate two teams, right? Ideas and creative teams. But I think the people who's on the creative team, I think need to be someone that's really good on designing posters, I think. But yeah, for me, I'm bad at designing posters, but I want to do the posters too. But but I'm not sure if someone wants to pair with me or so. Yeah, I think how to say the pair apa ni? The pair creative teams must be someone that really skills on deciding the posters. Otherwise, our posters are not going to attract any youngsters.
Okay, good initiative, Amir. So anyone who has confidence in the designing skills and help out Amir? Anyone?
Maybe I would like to volunteer myself because I think I frequently design poster. I cannot say my skill is very good, but I think I frequently use, then I can use my skill for this.
Okay, thank you, Angeline. So the idea team would be me, Arif, and also Farah. And 3 of us will also help you guys also lah in the designing.
Okay.
Arif, you agree?
Yes, I totally agree with you, Dylan.
Okay, nice. Okay, so to summarize our discussion, the topics that we'll be covering is the indirect somatic embryogenesis. And yeah, the secretary has jotted down the minutes, so later we can refer back. And yeah. So now we have to set a deadline between us. So the suggested deadline from me is the idea team has to provide the content by 6th of December, which will be 2 days from now. And the creative team will start designing after 6th of December and then possibly, if possible, send in by 11th of December. Do you guys agree? Is it okay?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, nice. Then the poster will be submitted on the 13th of December. Okay, now we have reached the end of our meeting. So for our future discussion, we'll be using WhatsApp and also Canva. And maybe if you guys want also, we can use Google Docs. So anything, we'll WhatsApp first, and then yeah, that's it. Anyone has anything else to say, or if you guys okay, then give a thumbs up reaction.
Wait, I got something to ask. Because we are from creative team, right? Then I want to make sure, because our target audience is the youngsters, so maybe we need to focus like what youngsters or the popular design is trending right now. So maybe I can get some ideas from all of you first. Like what's the popular trending design?
Oh,
I think this will need to we need time to think first. And maybe I'll get back to you by tomorrow. And
all right, no
we
problem.
try to cater to the public youngsters and not just biology students.
Yeah.
Make it appeal to the eyes of the public.
All right, no problem.
Okay. Any other questions from anyone? Okay. So we reached the end of our meeting. Thank you everyone for participating in this discussion and showing enthusiasm in discussing about this workshop. So thank you and have a nice day.